Hello everyone. I'm so excited that you have joined the video. I'm so excited to talk a little bit about the impact of early exposure to literacy and positive social interactions via technology for toddler Black males in low socioeconomic status neighborhoods. My name is LaFrance Knox. Of course, I am a student at Chicago School of Professional Psychology. I'm in the course Cognition Across the Lifespan and Technology Impact, and today's date is October 9th, 2022. So the topic that will be discussed on this video is the impact of early exposure to text or literacy and positive social interactions via technology for Black male toddlers in low SES communities. This video is specifically geared towards daycare centers that are located in low SES areas with high population of Black children, Black males in particular, pre-K centers in low SES areas with a high population of Black children or Black males, and early childhood centers in low SES areas with high population of Black males. This can also be for other individuals that are interested in this particular topic, but it's specifically geared towards those particular sites. The current topic is based on Vygotsky's sociocultural theory of development. Basically, Vygotsky indicated that an individual's cognitive development and learning can be guided and mediated by their social interactions with those who are more experienced, knowledgeable members of the community. And as you can see in this diagram here, there in the center is what the student can learn on their own, and that could be expanded to things beyond their reach through knowledgeable others and also through technology and tools. Therefore, learning for Black male students can be further developed or expanded beyond what they learn on their own through knowledgeable others and the technology and tools. So that's why I'm indicating that it would be important to expose those students that don't necessarily have access to positive role models that are more knowledgeable than themselves and don't necessarily have access to those technology and tools, expose them and allow them to have access so that they can expand their knowledge to things beyond their reach. These are the learning outcomes for those who are viewing the video. Hopefully, you all will learn the importance or explore the importance of exposure to print or literature via technology for young or toddler Black males. Also, hopefully you will learn the impact or the importance of exposure to positive social interactions via technology for Black toddler males in low SES communities. And lastly, hopefully you will learn or explore the future implications academically and behaviorally for Black toddler males from low SES communities that are exposed to literacy and positive social interactions via technology. The first topic that we'll discuss is the importance of exposing Black male toddlers to print literature text via technology. A study by the University of Rochester indicated that there is a link to growing up in a low income area and chronic stress. Part of that, or that chronic stress that these students face, is due to limited access to resources, which would include books, access to resources like books, quality technology tools, quality technology in general. The study indicated that those in low-income areas, or 1 to 300, have access to books. So 1 in every 300 of Black or the individuals in low SES communities have access to books. Not only do they have a lack of access to books, but they also lack the access to quality technology and technology tools. They don't have the financial resources to afford the computers, the tablets, the things that are needed to access print online that many others are in higher SES communities. And lastly, the research indicated that due to a lack of access to resources, and this chronic stress. By the 8th grade, less than 10% of Black males are proficient in reading. And so what this tells us is it's so key that students, Black males in particular, are exposed to print and literacy early on, because that exposure allows the buildup of background knowledge. It allows for those neural connections to be made that are needed later on for reading. And it also helps to alleviate some of that chronic stress these students may be experiencing because they are lacking those resources. The next topic that I would like to discuss is the exposure to positive social interactions via technology for Black toddler males in low SES communities. According to the NAACP, 1 in 3 Black young males will spend some time in jail. And while Black males only represent 18% of male toddlers in preschools, 50% of those suspended are Black males. Lastly, of all students nationwide, Black males make up 2/3 of all school suspensions. Those chronic issues that students from low SES communities are experiencing affects or impacts their behavior later on. Research indicates that it is important, and as Vygotsky indicated, in order to help with that cognitive development, in order to help with the development of the child, it's important to expose them to those individuals who have a skill level above themselves and in a positive way, to encourage them to have more positive interactions and more positive behaviors. And so it would be important to not only expose them to literacy via technology, but to show them what interactions or how they are supposed to respond in social situations via technology. So this could be done through looking at Gracie's Corner, which is a program series on YouTube that shows how students are supposed to interact socially, especially when they're upset about something or have an issue. They show how to positively resolve that issue. And not only that, but it is that particular Gracie's Corner is a program that shows or is primarily for, the people or the students in that particular program are Black. So not only would these students be exposed to positive interactions in general, but positive interactions amongst those children who look like them. And so that's so key in trying to reduce those later negative positive behaviors by showing how to appropriately respond. So as we've reviewed, if we don't expose students to literacy and positive interactions early on, especially though early on with Black male toddlers, by 8th grade, less than 10% of Black males are going to be proficient in reading. And according to Education Weekly, Black boys are more likely to be placed in special education, with 80% of students in special education being Black or Hispanic. And this is due to a lack of exposure, due to that chronic stress, all of those things that may impact the student's cognitive and development in general. So it's important to counteract that and put some ACEs, which are some things, or it basically systems of support around the student to combat that chronic stress and trauma these students may be experiencing. And an awesome way to do that would be through technology. Technology allows students who are not able to access things in their current environment because they don't have it surrounding them, to access those things by seeing other people that are experiencing those things and have access to those things and tools and things that they're not able to access on their own. So it allows them to be able to communicate and enjoy the environments that they're not normally that are not normally available to them. So it'd be key to expose those Black male toddlers in your class who may be from low SES communities, expose them to positive interactions of those students who look like them in those situations that they may face later on, so that they kind of get an idea. It kind of sets them up, gives them a foundation of knowledge to know how to respond in those situations. Exposure is key. It helps build those connections for that background knowledge that students will need later on, even for reading, but not only reading for the behavior. They're able to access those memories of how to appropriately respond in those situations, or what reading appropriate and good fluent reading sounds like, what those vowel sounds sound like, all those things that they're not able to access because they're not available in their particular environment. As Frederick Douglass has indicated, it's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Therefore, early intervention and support is so key, and it helps in so many ways in reducing those negative experiences, those difficulties that those students may experience later on. Ultimately, exposure, exposure, exposure is so key in the cognitive development and the social and emotional development of young Black male toddlers. We don't want to see them fall into the category of those statistics that were discussed earlier. So here are some resources that are available to school districts, daycare centers, wherever you may be, for free. In particular, YouTube. You can just go on the internet, type in YouTube, and you pull up these particular programs that you can stream. Choo Choo TV, Gracie's Corner. Like I said, Gracie's Corner is especially key because it most of the characters in that particular program are students of color. Audiobooks are key too, because a lot of the times these students are not exposed to literature and print and text at home because the parents may not have access to it because they don't have financial resources to purchase these audiobooks. So allowing the students to listen to fluent reading is so key. It may not seem at age 3 that it's important, but it is. Like I said, it helps build those neural networks and that background knowledge needed to read later on. And then YouTube Kids is good as well because it kind of filters all of the inappropriate material that the regular YouTube may have. Some other apps that may be available, that are available, and they're free. ABC Mouse, you can access it as a teacher, you can build a classroom, and then you can track your students' progress in this particular app, and it's appropriate for students ages 2 to 8. Also, Epic Books not only allows for a variety of books, but it also has some audiobooks, and it allows you to choose which books are appropriate based on topics or the students' likes. So I thought this was a good app to include with this with the resources. There are many other resources that you can find on the internet that are free and available, but the key is to make sure you expose these students to text and positive interactions at your centers, because they may not have that exposure and those supports later on when they go home. Thank you so much for viewing this video. I hope you have learned what I propose you should learn. If you need any more information, I am available. Thank you again. My name is LaFrance Knox, and I can be reached at lafranceknox33@gmail.com. Thank you and have a great day.